What's your last name?
Aguerre.
Aguerre.
Yes.
What's that nationality?
It's actually a French Basque.
Whoa.
Which is pretty far removed from me, I think.
So are your parents from France?
No.
No. What is Basque? I don't even know what Basque is.
Basque country is like this ancient area between Spain and France.
Okay.
So it has both sides in it. And you're probably familiar with Aguirre, which is a more common name down here.
Yeah.
With Hispanic people and Latinos in general. But that one has an I, and that's the Spanish Basque spelling. And mine has an E.
Hell yeah.
And that's the French Basque.
Have you been to France?
I have a few times.
Dude, I love it there.
I was actually in Paris on 9/11.
Oh, whoa.
Weirdly.
Interesting.
And I was stuck there, which was
it's kind of scary.
Kind of fine place
to get stuck.
Why
were you there? Just vacay?
Yeah, it was vacay. I don't know why. I was there with my mom and my grandma.
Damn. What do you remember about that day?
I was watching this like French program on TV, which I had no idea what they were saying, but I was following along to the drawing prompt that they were teaching you how to draw like a palm tree or something. I don't know what it was. And then my mom like switched the channel. But I also had like 3 nights of consecutive like the same nightmare leading up to that night, which I'll never forget that nightmare.
Oh, well, like you foresaw 9/11.
Literally, me as like a 6-year-old like predicted 9/11.
Why didn't you tell anyone, dude?
I could have saved a lot of people.
Yeah, oh my God. Well, I don't remember a damn thing about that day, funny enough. I feel like I don't know, I feel like my consciousness didn't start until maybe like 15.
Sure. Yeah.
You know? Like I don't know. I feel like it was years past that before like someone like told me about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, but were you not in school?
I was in school for sure. Like I had to have been.
Right.
But I don't.
Everybody always says like.
I mean, I was
they
only
took
6.
everyone out. Yeah, same.
They didn't. I don't think they wheeled in the
TV.
The TV. All right, kids, sit around.
Welcome to the real world.
This is the end of America right here. But I don't know. I kind of probably for the best.
Yeah.
It was a traumatizing moment, dude.
Luckily, we don't. I mean, I'm not personally related to anything.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
To anything, period.
Would you? Why didn't you enlist?
Good question. I just didn't really have any skin in the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Would you ever join the military? No. You ever shot a gun?
I have shot a gun.
Oh, yeah?
I have.
You're probably packing right now, aren't you?
This little bag has wonders in it.
Carry.
Yeah. I have shot a gun before. It's not like a preferred feeling I have, but it's good to know how to do, I guess, in case of a zombie apocalypse. Dude.
It's a lot of power to wield.
A little too much.
We need to go back to like swords, dude.
Right?
Boarding ships.
Yes.
And just one-on-one battling.
Mano a mano.
Axes. I'm probably an axe guy.
You're an axe guy?
Yeah.
Totally. That's I feel like I couldn't wield like a large object. Maybe I'd be more of like a
dagger.
A rapier.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't know if I pronounced that
correctly. The French stabby.
Yeah, the stabby little needle guy.
Yeah. So how was your tour, dude? I know we sidetracked very quickly there. But tell me about, you had a pretty decent sized tour.
It was awesome. Yeah. Honestly, it was like, it was weirdly, so of course I go into it, being like a booking person and being in bands. Like, okay, if I'm probably going to lose money, but if I break even, then I win.
Yeah.
And if people show up and stuff like that. But logistically, when it comes down to
I like that mindset. Break even, you win.
Yeah. Right? Because everybody loses money on tour these days. And I actually made money. We actually made money.
That's great, dude.
I was really surprised. I did the numbers like 15 times. And I was like, what am I missing? This is not right. This is not it was our first tour. I was like, there's no way. Anyway,
was any of that headlining shows or mostly opening for artists?
There was a few headlining.
Cool.
We headlined Permanent Records for our kickoff.
Oh yeah.
On the 29th. And by the way, we like almost sold out all of the shirts. We have like 10
Oh, nice,
left.
dude.
So they were a hit.
Hell yeah.
And we headlined a couple SoCal shows. But even in San Diego, I was like, I don't want to play last because I prefer to be sandwiched between like true locals, even though I'm from there. But
I think I was in a band I'm still like my own artist now, but I was in a band for like 8 years in Chicago. And yeah, it's also like sometimes out of your control, like the set times and like how late the shows are. And it's like, I don't want to be playing at 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a show at 11 p.m. at night.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I was like, would I want to see a touring band that I've probably never heard of or like just heard of?
Yeah.
At 11 p.m.
Right. And it's
on
not
like
just
a Monday.
Exactly, dude. And it's not even because like I'm a bit of an old soul. Like I'm like, dude, I'm falling asleep just like at 10 every night,
Oh my God, same.
Yeah. And some of these people are like, especially DJ people are like 2 a.m. sets. Like what is that?
Who's out that late anymore? Yeah. I don't know. Like, I am an indoor kid now.
Yeah, my buddy hit me up. He's like, "Hey, dude, come through. I guest listed you. I go on at like 3." I'm like, 3 p.m. I'm like, oh. And so yeah, I did not attend. I'm sorry, buddy, but
that's not happening.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Have you played any? Is the Teal Pop band new?
It's It's relatively new.
Yeah.
We started playing shows last May.
Yeah.
And we put out the record in October.
Sick.
So, but the record, like Lionel and I were writing that since like 2018 or 19 or something like that.
Is he the guitarist?
Yes, he's got the curly hair. Yeah. So it was cool. It was like a really collaborative effort, and we were both like doing so much separately. Like he has his own project that's very successful, Vinyl Williams. He's always touring.
Sick.
And I was always touring in other projects and stuff. So our schedules like didn't really line up for the past couple years, but we slowly chipped away at it. And then our friends at Anxiety Blanket Records were down to put it out. So that kind of put like fire under our butt to finish it.
Sick, dude.
We had a date now that we needed to like submit everything by to get the vinyl ready for this release date, which was like a year down the line. So
so you're loving the musician life, huh?
I love it so much.
Yeah. Do you like touring?
I love touring.
Yeah.
Touring is like I
feel like a lot of people kind of ruins their life a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame them because it's a very demanding sport, you know?
It is, yeah.
But just like with anything, routine technically helps.
You just get so much just memories and just like life experience from doing it.
Yeah.
And it's just something that most people never get to do, and the fact that you get to do that and travel and make money traveling is unique.
It's a huge privilege.
Yeah.
I mean, just fronting all the costs of a tour is like
the worst part.
And then taking the time off work and all this stuff and making sure that everybody who plays your music is happy and it's worth their time.
Right.
And their time off work. But it's really like the most magic ever.
It sucks too. That so many like big artists are like scrubbing parts of their tours because they can't even afford to do it. And you're like, how are they doing it?
Yeah.
How are they not able to do it?
Yeah, I just had friends. They opened up for the Main, and I was like, oh my God, I would love to see your breakdown of your budget and everything because they're bigger numbers and like theaters and some sold out shows. So I was curious, you know, what those numbers look like. And they showed me the breakdown and they like lost so much money. And some nights were like sold out 5,000 cap rooms, you know? So there's just like, it's just really hard to do it these days.
Well, I feel like the average person who isn't in that world, they see like the post where it's like, oh shit, like 20 tour dates, they must be killing it, you know? And they don't understand like all the expenses, the equipment, the expense for renting a bus or a van. You're splitting it with your band, everything that you do make. There's promoters, there's bookers, there's all these like middlemen that are
Usually
scavenging.
you'll bring a sound person.
Yeah.
And a tour manager or
Right.
merch person or photographer or something. And that's like another hotel room to think about.
Exactly.
Another mouth to feed, another bed to make.
I know you have to try and cut out as many of those people as you can.
Yeah. That's why my biggest advice to musicians is like get a duo or solo set.
Right. Yeah. Can you get away with backing tracks?
Yeah, just to have that option because it cuts down a lot of expenses for touring, but also like people want to hire duo acts more for opening or support slots because they're easy and they get off the stage really fast.
Yeah, they don't show up the headliner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That too.
Weren't you in Japan? Did I see that? You were just playing by yourself?
Yeah. I have an ambient project called Dream Crease, and that's like typically solo. Sometimes I'll bring on friends to just play because it's all improv. So
I love that.
I love to jam, and it's a good excuse to jam without as much structure as a rock show, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
are you like predominant? What's your main instrument? You feel like you kind of hop between everything.
I guess just from like sheer amount as bass, I guess, the amount that I play in my project and other bands.
That's a good instrument, man.
I love the bass.
Yeah.
I found it really late.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago. And I could never do guitar.
Yeah. Dude, you can make a whole song just a vocal and a bass, you know?
That's how I write all the Teal Pop stuff, really. Like we start with bass or, sometimes even like drums and bass or bass and guitar, bass and omnichord.
Oh, I love the omnichord.
It's instant songwriter.
I want one of those. My sister has one.
They're great.
They're hard to find, dude.
They're hard to find and
anymore,
they're finicky. Right? I don't think they have like relatively newer ones, but I don't think they make like 2024 omnichords. They should though.
I mean, I just did a batch of teas for this artist. Her name's Ella Voss. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's been doing. I can't remember the girl that she's writing a bunch of songs with, but they're both like moms. They're stoner moms, and like this is like this stoner like pop rock, and the omnichord is like their like main like sound sort of.
Definitely.
And
I can see that.
But it's super cool, and I feel like the omnichord is great if you don't want to be super discouraged hopping into like guitar or piano, getting that and learning just some basic music theory of like what chords vibe and what a minor versus major even is, you can you can kind of hear that.
Totally. And just having like a built-in beat.
Yeah.
Also helps you. I mean, it's like it's instant song maker. I used to rely on it more than I probably should.
I know. I've become I feel like I've always been more of a like an audio guy than like a MIDI bullshit.
Yeah,
like
in the box.
Yeah, I'm not super in the box. Like maybe with some drum stuff I am. But I mean, you can see like all my synths. Like I love outboard. There's something about just like twisting the knobs and that's my shit, dude.
Twisting knobs.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing like it.
I used to when I was in when I do play, I usually just bring like 2 keys. But when I was playing with my old band, I would bring like 4 synths, and I would have like
the station,
the stacks.
That's so cool.
But it was just like too much, dude.
They're heavy and delicate.
Exactly. That always scared me. And then like disassembling your setup and putting it back together is so annoying.
Yeah.
That's why you need to have 10 of them. And so there's 4 that leave your house and the rest never leave.
Exactly. You just keep those safe and sound inside.
How's Wasn't there another group that you're in, or am I mistaken?
Yeah, I play in a band called Space Face.
Oh yeah.
And play in a band called Dumbo Gets Mad.
Sick.
And doing bass in Space Face and singing. And we just wrapped up our next record.
Sweet, dude.
So we're happy.
Are you guys producing everything on your own?
No, actually, we record and produce with this guy named Taylor out of Oklahoma City. His studio is called Lunar Manor Studios. And he's like super fast. It's scary.
Sick.
He'll take like 1 or 2 vocal takes and he'll just be like, got it. And just like fix it, add another harmony on top. You're just like, what?
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
In like 5 seconds.
I know I feel like a lot of people don't even know who those extra like producer people are or what they do.
Yeah.
And they're like so core to, I mean, a lot of times those people are part of the band or something these days, but having that, there's so many behind the scenes producers that are like making these records.
Totally. And especially don't get as much credit.
Yeah, exactly. And are especially the ones behind a lot of the big ones that you hear on the radios and shit. And it would be fucked without it. I think it's kind of getting a bit bloated, I think, with a lot of these pop artists where they have like 10 writers on their songs or whatever. And it's like they were in the room for, I don't know, maybe a day and they get like, I don't know, maybe that's me on my soapbox, but it's just like, do you need that many people working on a song?
I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you can't write music and you need other people to do it for you. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, which is the most case for most pop singers.
Unfortunately. I mean, I don't know for certain, but I feel like it's a majority these days.
Yeah.
Because it's such a it's always been for pop because it's such a business.
Right.
And so many people are financially involved in this like brand or this sound. Which is why that's so unappealing. But I feel like maybe 10 years ago, it started becoming more normal to like self-record and bedroom pop and bedroom record. Yeah. And I think that's a really special shift. Yeah. Because it made making music accessible.
I think it is good with it's just everything's so expensive now. Yeah. And being able to allocate funds to go to a studio and book time and an engineer is like so unreasonable now, unless you really got crazy funding.
Yeah, or label money or something.
Yeah, you have, and I've kind of realized too, even just producing for myself and other people, like most people, like there's like a threshold of mix, like quality that you can get away with. Like it doesn't need to be this pristine, like super amazing low end and high end. Like if anything, people want to hear like this crunchy, characteristic audio that does sound like you made it rather than it was crafted by 10 professionals.
Totally.
You know?
And like with the resurgence of vinyl and tape, I feel like people want more texture.
People are adding vinyl and like noise in their music.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like everyone wants that crunch, that vintage crunch. Yeah. I don't blame them. It's delicious.
No, I love that shit. When did you first start singing? Do you feel like there's a moment, or is it just like you were born from the
singing
in the womb you were singing?
I came out completely silent, actually. So that was probably like the opposite of what I came out to be. But I don't know. I went to like a Catholic elementary school. So we had
as did I.
A lot of
I'm so sorry.
My brother in not Christ.
There was a lot of singing.
It's a lot of singing
from that stuff.
A lot of singing and beautiful. I still find myself inspired by like Catholic or Christian songs. Just the way that the scales work and like the chord progressions and like even time signatures are kind of wacky. And I'm like, how am I learning this as like a 10-year-old getting communionized or whatever. Like, so I guess like, yeah. And singing like in the round or harmonies or stuff like that I think just like made my ear better at that.
Dude, there was a girl, I don't remember her name. I mean, a woman. She was like 50 years old. But she was like the choir like leader and was always like shredding on the fucking piano and organ and like guitar, like leading the prayer songs in our church. I'm not religious anymore, by the way. But I remember like she had an impact on me because she could fucking play, dude. And she was one of the first people that I experienced of like a talented musician, you know, and you're like, damn, like people respect her.
Yeah, for her skill.
Yeah.
Totally.
And it's like, how can, like that person grabs attention. I think that was, as a kid, like I can get people's attention by learning how to play this instrument.
Totally.
And so like I really dove into that from a young age. But I was always afraid of singing for a long time. And
yeah, I mean, it's scary.
it is scary because it's your body.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the instrument, the guitar is making the noise, even though you're making the noise. The guitar make the noise.
Yes.
But it's still like, I don't know, there's something internal. I'm a singer now, but like it took years for me to even have the courage to, I don't know, start exercising that ability.
Totally. And technique and stuff is
right.
It's a painful process, like learning the violin or something.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to practice in front of anybody because
exactly.
you could hit a sour note and it just sounds awful.
Yeah, and everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
Your neighbor's like, shut up.
Exactly. And I even for a long time, like when I started my band, I started writing music in like high school. Like when you start writing songs, you have to start singing. There has to be vocals, like, and I feel like I taught myself a lot of bad vocal health at a young age. And then I went to college and started working with some actual like opera singers who are classically trained and like teaching you better singing. And like you don't realize, I mean, there's a reason fucking Axl Rose can't even fucking sing anymore. Or like all those people who like just distorted their voices for 10, 20 years are just like even like Steve-O, who's not a singer, like just was inhaling trash for 20 years or whatever. Like he like it wrecks your vocal cords.
Yeah.
You need to like respect your chords, bro.
Yeah, even Adele famously like had to get throat surgery and then relearn how to sing the exact same way that she used to sing, but properly.
Yeah.
Which was like, I always thought about that. I was like, that's like weird. Like same with metal singers.
Right.
You know, like there's a way to scream and be healthy.
Steven Tyler had like a node removed like every like 3 years, dude. And I couldn't. Vocal
Not
surgery.
worth it.
It sounds disgusting.
It sounds disgusting
sounds
and
terrible.
hard to recover from.
When I was in college, I was rehearsing with my band like every day, playing a lot of shows, and I was in like I went to school for music theory, and but I was a vocal major, so voice was like my instrument.
So you really got comfortable.
Yeah, and so I was in like 2 choirs. And then I was doing like vocal lessons and like all this repertoire bullshit on top of my band music.
Right.
So it was, I developed like an ulcer like in like the side of like my throat because I was singing like 6-7 hours a day. And I just didn't really have the best technique yet. And I had to like not sing for like over a month. And it was like a weird time in my life where it was like, sing, and then I couldn't I was just like resting my voice. And it's so, you take for granted your voice when you can't use it on a daily basis to a normal procedure.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you gotta respect it. Especially on tour, dude. Like if you lose your voice, you lose money.
Yeah, yeah. That's like, you gotta be so proactive about that stuff too. I feel like my body care and skincare routine improve when I'm on tour, just because I'm like, okay, I gotta do this again tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, like I gotta look good, I gotta feel good, I gotta sound good.
Sick.
I gotta get enough sleep. I don't want to party. I don't want to drink. Like, you know, I'm just like healthy.
Yeah. You can't, dude. If you're on tour, like obviously you can indulge a little bit, but you can't be partying, dude. It's a bad.
I mean, I've been in bands
drinking.
where you know, you can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, like this other band, Space Face. I don't know if this is like something funny or concerning, but like we used to practice before like a really long tour, like slightly tipsy. And so we would drink White Claws at practice.
You're practicing for what you're going to be like?
Yeah. So we know that we can do it like slightly inebriated, because we will be slightly or more inebriated every night. I mean, some of us would, I mean, not me, I don't think I could, but take acid and stuff before a set, and it'd be like coming up during the second song. I can't.
Your music's good for that, though, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely play acid-friendly shit.
Yeah, it's like, it's definitely like a dreamy pop, huh?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Teal Pop.
Teal Pop.
Technically. I mean, there's just like something beautiful about the color teal, that the sound of teal is very appealing to me too. It's like it's the melancholy bliss, you know? It's blue, it's very sad, it's deep. Yeah. But it's green, it's alive, it's vibrant, it's jovial. It has like both sides to it, and it kind of has like a silvery undertone to it. So it's like
metallic,
shimmery, synthy, you know, and Lionel and I connected a lot about our love for like the teal pop sound. So we definitely were inspired by similar people, and that's why it's teal pop. But I guess, yeah, sorry, that was kind of pretentious. The most like chill thing is like dream pop, shoegaze elements, maybe some like Latin or bossa influence in there as well. And then of course like super ambient moments, because it's still like one of my favorite genres to make and to play.
That's awesome. How do you feel like your relationships back home are after when you're gone for like ever? Do you feel like they fall apart at all?
No, I don't. I'm lucky. I don't know. I feel like that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I have a partner who is very supportive and just down and doesn't need to talk to me every day a lot to feel
that's good.
Validated in the relationship, which I'm very much the same. So it works out for that.
That's perfect
too.
I feel like at least that tour too wasn't that long.
Yeah, I've been gone for like 2 months, and I feel weird when I get back. You know?
Right.
I'm the one that feels weird. Though. My friends are like the same, and I've gone through like this suffering
sure,
and like hardship, and obviously it's all beautiful and fun and everything, but like it's physically, emotionally taxing. Sometimes you're worried about finances when you get home from tour. You're broke, and you're like, well, gotta get straight to work, I guess, you know. So sometimes you get back from tour and you have to go straight to work, and you still don't see your friends until like a week or two later. So that's definitely happened to me sometimes.
It's a bummer too that you need like some second job. You know, that to become a full-time musician is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And to really even like for like moderately successful bands that you love, you come back from tour, where's that next check coming from? It's not coming from streaming.
Yeah.
Hopefully merchandise is somehow moving on your website or something.
Yeah. After tours.
Yeah.
Here's the leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to start just like, I don't know, start planning for the next one.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
You either get immediately back in the studio, write the next album, or do a single with some weird merch for some reason. That's really popular right now.
And it's not like, dude, I fantasize about the music industry of yesteryear, where there was actually like, you were giving a lot of money, and like a label was actually like investing in your future, and there was actually making money from album sales, obviously.
Yeah.
But just like, you know, you're being taken care of. You're like their prize chicken.
Right.
You know, they want you to be well off.
You feel like you're important to them, and that if they're invested in you, that means that you'll succeed, right?
Yeah. And there's still labels that sort of do that, but most of them are just kind of scavengers now.
They're more like distributors.
Yeah.
And they're like, we'll do PR for you, but it's extra. Or we know a guy, you know, and it was still like $500 for like one song.
Yeah. I know.
You're like, how is this happening?
I think I was reading, it was like, you get 1 million streams, that might be like $5,000 or something. I might be wrong on that.
I think it's a lot less.
Yeah. You think so?
1 million streams, I think, would make you like maybe 1,000.
Really?
Yeah. So right now I'm working with UMA, the United Musicians and Allied Workers.
Oh, yeah?
They are presenting, I mean, they're helping Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib to present a legislation that would increase streaming to 2 cents per stream. And that would mean at 1 million streams, you make $2,000.
Yeah.
So it's got to be less, a lot
it's
less.
Still nothing.
It's not 2 cents, but 2 cents is a lot more than 0.005 cents or whatever you get.
I know,
now.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it would be huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would it caps out at 1 million streams. The idea, so that
where is all the rest of this money going, dude? Like,
it would be extra on the subscription.
Yeah.
So it would come from consumers.
Right.
Because we can't force Spotify to like give us their money.
Yeah, we also don't know where is that money being allocated in the company. Like, how much bloat is in that company?
They like laid off a shitload of their employees, and then like a week later,
it's probably
it was like,
all AI being running the fucking thing at this point.
Yeah.
And then the CEO.
There's no more like playlist curators.
Yeah, the CEO's a billionaire.
Yeah, that literally came out the week after he laid off a bunch of people. It was like, wow, he just reached like multi-billion-dollar net worth.
Good for him, dude. I'm happy for him.
Glad he's doing well.
He's literally like eating off the backs of like, you know, our little music slaves. You know?
I know, the littlest dudes out there. Like, oh, I understand the need to,
but also it's also on the listener too.
Yeah,
they don't want to pay for anything.
Yeah, and that was the concern when I first heard about this legislation. They were like, it would mean adding like $1 or $2 to the monthly subscriptions.
Yeah,
and all that money, 100% of that money would go to this fund essentially. Right. But that's still adding $1 or $2 to a subscription.
I don't think that's enough to kick people off Spotify.
I hope not. I mean, they were, you know, worst case scenario, picturing like 1/5 of their population getting off because of $1 or $2 increase.
1/5?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That they were preparing like worst case scenario.
They told you that?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That's worst case scenario, not Spotify. UMA. They were trying to calculate kind of like how many people would drop off if they had to. But it's for a good cause. Like if people were educated why it increased, but I don't think Spotify would make a big deal about that. I don't think they would.
No.
Maybe they would take it as like a good opportunity to PR themselves into a better place, but I don't think they would be like, we're helping musicians by charging people more money.
I've always done the Spotify. I have never done the Apple Music.
Yeah, same.
But I don't think the Apple Music is like, I feel like there's less features with it.
Yeah. Less network as well, like social
there's
aspect.
not as much community in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like the same price, is it not?
I don't know, actually.
I really don't know. But I don't know.
I'd be competing against that. And Tidal.
There's like 1,000 of them now, right?
There's 1,000 now. I feel like those are the 3 biggest now. Tidal's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Just because they do like actually pay artists.
Right, yeah.
But it is more exclusive.
Dude, there's gotta be like some renaissance with the industry. Like there's so many problems with it. Like with like Live Nation even, you know, controlling like so many parts of just the touring industry and the streaming industry. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just becoming a scary, grimy little industry. But we all love music and we all need music. You know, like it's not something that people are willing to give up. Like why can't, how do we make people pay more for it?
I think Spotify's done a really good job at convincing people that music is free.
Right, exactly.
And if we can just remind people that music is not free to make, to tour, to play, I think a lot of the education that these bigger artists canceling their tours are doing is that people who have no idea the behind the scenes, what it takes to do all this now are privy to the most insane details and being like, wait, what do you mean venues take a cut of the merchandise?
Yeah.
And you're like, now you understand why the band didn't sell fucking t-shirts at that show. It sold out show because they would have had to give 35% of their shirts.
I truly do not understand that.
I do not understand. I like vending fees. I maybe understand that because that's that's typical if you have a pop-up. You do farmers markets and stuff.
Sure.
Right? How much do you pay to set up a booth at a farmer's market?
Like the flea markets that do $100 a day.
Ooh. But
it's okay. I sell enough.
Yeah.
But it's still in the venue, you're still making them so much money from alcohol.
Yeah.
And
which we don't see any of.
Right.
Either.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the privilege to sell at the labor cost of putting up a table or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's negligent. If anything, it's I don't know, it might be a breach of contract. Meet me out back after the show out of my fucking van.
Oh, we've done that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a breach of contract, but they can't do shit.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
Yeah. Just make you
just,
unwind the show.
If they don't make you pay for their in-house merch seller, which happens also on top of them taking your merch cut sometimes, you don't have to show them anything. You don't have to show them a breakdown. You don't have to show them, you just be like, we sold 3 shirts.
I've never experienced an in-house merch seller.
Yeah, some places require you to sell with the in-house merch person, and you have to pay that in-house merch person.
Dude. So
you could have your own merch person on tour, but they can't sell because they have to go through the system of the venue, and then the venue pays you out the merch percentage that you made.
That's fucking stupid.
Isn't it wild? It's that's got to change, but I think the only way that can change is if audience members are fed up with that to their favorite artists, if their favorite artists are like, this is happening, then they'll be like, hey, fuck you, venue. And then the venue will be like, whoa, not the patrons.
Yeah.
Fuck the artists, but not the patrons.
I think part of it too is obviously until that gets fixed, you really need good merchandise though. That at the end of the day, until we figure that out.
All about good merchandise and the importance of good merchandise.
I guess so. There's a lot of bands that have just really bad merch. And
this goes all the way up to stadium level.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going to see Fleetwood Mac at the Forum or something.
Sure.
And I was like, this is one of my favorite bands of all time. I'm ecstatic. I'm getting a tee. I don't care how much it costs. I go up to the
$100
merch table. No, it's not even. It's 50 or 40.
Sure.
It's doable. But I go up to the merch table and I'm like, these are all so fucking ugly. I could not pick a single because they were so ugly and I wouldn't have worn any of them. They were so generic. They looked like I don't know, an old
Walmart
geezer
tee.
that did,
it's embarrassing.
graphic design back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so outdated and ugly and
Dude, I went to Kanye did this Donda event in these stadiums. I somehow got a free ticket.
Is that did they do the?
It was a album playthrough. It wasn't even him performing.
Yeah.
It was
a listening party.
On his phone the whole time. This is back in Chicago. And dude, he had, I didn't even get to see the merch up close, but I saw from afar, first of all, 200 people trying to get to the merch stand. And everything was $200 because it's Yeezy shit, you know? And I was like, who is buying a $200 shirt,
so
dude?
many people.
I know.
So many people.
It's crazy. I'm like, should I up my prices? But I'm also I want everyone to afford my stuff. I don't want to be like catering to like these rich fucking kids.
Yeah.
Or just like elitist people, you know, like Balenciaga shit. I hate that snobby fashion stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get it if you were you want to make money.
Yeah.
you know, like
that's kind of the dilemma, isn't it? Like,
yeah, exactly.
How much are you willing to give away?
Yeah.
For the kish cash.
And it's all marketing though. It's like, how do you market yourself where you do seem expensive?
Right.
I don't know the answer to that, but
you got to have a really good visual artist or be a really good visual artist. Right. I think the quality of the art on your merchandise will dictate like how much you can sell something for.
Mm-hmm. I'm also like, I'm a big stickler. I've been like this since like I was very young, of like how the things just feel on my skin. Mm-hmm. You know, like I don't like coarse clothing. Like I just like I always wore like my dad's like worn out 80s shirts. And they were like rags, dude. They just felt like you were wearing a rag.
It's super soft.
Yeah. And I just always like chased that like worn feeling.
Yeah. And that's why this episode is brought to you by Comfort Colors.
Dude, I was selling at a fucking market recently, and one of the reps for Comfort Colors like came through my booth.
Whoa.
And he's like, whoa, you print all your shit on Comfort Colors? Hell yeah. I'm like, yeah, dude, I love the stuff. He's like, I'm going to send you a bunch of samples of our new stuff. And I gave him my card. He never sent me anything.
Always got to take the card.
I know. I was kind of upset about that.
It will come back. I'm
going to hunt that.
Yeah, hunt
that man down.
Hunt that man down.
How
Listen, guy.
Yeah.
If you're tuning into this podcast, you're missing out. This guy's a genius.
Dude, your friend reached out to me recently about doing merch. I can't remember her name.
I sent a few people your profile.
Have you?
I don't know who could have been.
I gave her my number. She didn't get back to me. I'll figure that out.
I wonder.
How's are you from LA?
I'm from San Diego.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How do you like your little dojo up in, is that Highland Park?
Yeah, I'm over in Highland Park.
I like it up there, dude.
I fucking love it, dude. I've lived all over LA. I've been here for like 12 years.
Oh, wow.
But Highland Park, I've been there for 3.5 years, and I don't think I ever want to. I also can't leave because it's very expensive.
True.
And I'm rent protected. So.
Oh, nice, dude. That's the secret. I go to the fucking yoga studio up on Figaro.
Oh yeah, the Kinship, the black building. Do you like it?
Dude, I love it. Yoga is my shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you like a touch the earth kind of yoga, or like a core workout kind of yoga, or both?
What's a touch to earth?
I don't know. You know how like some yoga classes are like
type stuff.
Kind of. Some classes are kind of like spiritual.
Oh yeah.
And some classes are like
I'm not
your
spiritual.
body.
Yeah. I'm more of the workout.
Yeah. Like when they're like, put your palms to the earth.
The sound bath stuff. I'm like, shut up, dude.
Listen. Shut up. I'm here to
cut it out.
Use my body.
Yeah. I like the workout. It really helps. Yeah. Like I get very stiff like joints for some reason. And so like I kind of need to do it.
Yeah. A little stretch never hurt.
But like I'm like so non-spiritual or religious. Like I don't really believe in any of the.
Yeah. I feel like for a while that kind of area, because I also used to be super into yoga, and that like spiritual-esque zone kind of scratched the itch for me to have some kind of structure to my.
Did you follow religion?
Yeah. I was like, peace out, Catholicism. Yeah. Not for me.
You don't like the culty rituals or anything?
Actually, that's my favorite part
they were kind
of Catholicism.
Fun, a little bit.
That's actually the only reason why I joined a sorority in college too, was because we got to wear robes and drink out of cups and shit. You know, like that's what I'm all about. Yeah. We got like fancy Greek names, you know, like that's what I'm all about.
Sick.
I would join a cult in like 5 seconds.
We should start one.
Sure. What do we call it?
I don't know, but we gotta make money.
The cult of comfort.
Comfort Colors cult. This triple C's.
We only wear really soft stuff.
Yeah, and Nikes. the yoga thing, see, my sister is a big yoga gal and she got me into it. And I don't like traditional forms of working out. I think it's just like me being lazy, sort of. Like, I don't want to go running.
Right.
I don't want to.
No, running is violent.
I don't want to go lift dumbbells.
Yeah.
And I do that a little bit. Oh damn! Sorry, sorry about that. It just went to your spine. I gotta turn that off. Let's take a little sidetrack.
Yeah.
And so some people write in for my my little pod.
Really?
And I'm sorry that's popping off right now. But we got some people we can help give some advice to.
Great.
Yeah.
The advice
part. Yeah.
Of this
inevitable podcast.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Hey guys, it's Freddy. Some quick, shameless self-promotion. Go to my website at freddytylerpaul.com. Type in sex, drugs, and bad advice at checkout. And you'll get 15% off any order. That includes my books, my albums, my prints, my shirts, anything. Type it in and you're good to go. All right, back to the pod. All right. I only got a couple today.
I'm not a licensed therapist.
I am.
You are?
No.
You should be.
Should I get my license?
I mean, most musicians, it's either therapy license or real estate license.
What is it? Is it how hard is it to get a license?
I don't think it's very hard.
I'm gonna probably apply online.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of work.
It's like a permit.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a permit. Yeah, you don't have to do any kind of schooling. You're just like.
I think that's yeah.
Do you know what depression means?
Yeah, I can.
You pass.
I have no clue what that means. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay.
I'm excited. Wait, so what do you just like give an open prompt to these folks?
Yeah, I kind of just post occasionally like, hey, like send me your something to give you need advice for.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah. So let's see here. So I'm seeing a man whose home is less than ideal in the cleanliness department.
Ooh, been there.
There's food caked on the outside of the microwave. His cookware is caked with gunk that is impossible to tell if the pans are no stick or not.
No.
And the final straw was the other night when I sat down on the couch to find a toenail trimming next to me. I already know that if I say something, I'm going to come across as an asshole. How do I tell this man to clean his shit up?
Oh my God.
So you have a boyfriend?
I do.
Yeah. He's a clean fella?
He's a clean fella. I have dated non-clean fellas.
Yeah.
In the past.
There's a lot of non-clean fellas out there.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. You might have toured with some of them.
Maybe. Could be. But it's like I don't mind stuff. It's
the little stuff.
Junk or garbage or like
leaving bowls out.
Yeah, just like sticky stuff or whatever. I'm just
pissing all over the toilet seat.
I literally like
cum
don't
stains
even
on the hand towels.
Okay, yeah. Right?
Just me.
Right. Yeah. No. That's normal. Yeah. I mean, honestly, person, let me tell you, sometimes the best way to tell someone how to change is to show them. So
sure, yeah.
I have, when I dated somebody just like this, I took their entire room and like flipped it upside down and deep cleaned the shit out of it. I spent an entire day doing that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you don't have to be here. Just leave. I don't care. Just
sick.
Just don't be involved.
Was he like embarrassed?
I don't know. I think I was just like very excited and I was like, could I please clean your room? It would give me pleasure.
You like cleaning?
I like cleaning. I don't enjoy cleaning other people's mess.
Sure. Yeah.
But for the sake of making this not awkward, I was like, I would really love to just like give you a deep spring cleaning as a treat. Wouldn't that be nice?
Wow.
And then
girlfriend of the year.
Right? Did way too much in that relationship. I was like, I deep cleaned the entire thing, like truly like every single corner, got rid of, oh my God, it was like almost nearing hoarder situation.
Damn.
And we put like new sheets on the bed and like all this stuff. Totally refreshed. It lasted quite a while. I will say, I think they like realize what it's like to live a clean life.
And it was that dirty, huh?
And then, yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, wow. It was, I don't know how I put up with that. Honestly, I'm very, very clean person.
Mm-hmm.
Love is blind. I don't know.
True.
But yeah, that's what I did. I just like cleaned everything, showed him what living clean is like. And then
you need to call them out on their bullshit, dude.
You also need to do that. But with things like that, and like food related things and clothing related things, I find some people are really like sensitive and vulnerable about that stuff. Totally get it. And that's kind of sometimes why you need to like
push
this
them
is
in
clearly
that direction.
A way of life. Like
sure.
Getting mad at them and causing shame is probably not gonna lead to the quickest solution.
Yeah, it depends how defensive they are as a person as well. Yeah.
I was dealing with a very defensive person. So if I were to be like, hey, out of love and respect, can you fucking clean your room, please? They would have not liked that. You know, like, so I showed them, they lasted for a while, you know. They were like, okay, cool. I don't have that much to clean up anymore, because sometimes it's also like overwhelming. Once there's too much mess, it's just done.
Yeah.
You know, that's just mess.
Have you ever seen the Hoarder show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't change. I mean, that's like a mental illness, obviously. But like, you can't, if it reaches some threshold where you can't even like touch it, or they like flip, you know?
Yeah, they don't want you to touch their stuff. That's why I was like, you can leave if you need to.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm just going to throw away all the stuff that's garbage and like dirty and moldy.
Which is all of it, yeah.
Which is almost all of it. Even some clothes that were like moldy in the corner. So I was like, get rid of it. You know, like don't be here if you're attached to it.
It's not good for your health, dude.
No.
You need some like baseline cleanliness in your home. Or you start breathing things in, or you start just like...
And if you live in an old home already, it's like, which most artists do. That's like lead pipes and shit. Like, you're already dealing with a lot.
Yeah. And like, do you want to bring people home, like a girl or a friend?
Right? Like, where are they going to sit?
Yeah. It's not a good impression.
It's not, especially if you're like doing business or recording out of there. So, I would just recommend person, just show them what it's like to live a clean life. Maybe make it a date night, you know, open a bottle of wine and spring clean the apartment or whatever the fuck, you know, like do it together, make it fun. Like kind of how you convince a child that doing chores is fun.
Sure.
And all of a sudden they really want to like wash dishes.
Yeah.
This happens to every child, because you just have to be like, look how fun, I'm having so much fun washing dishes.
Yeah, you pretend like you like the broccoli. You know?
Pretend you like the broccoli. Exactly. You know.
Hell yeah, dude. I think that's a great advice. We rarely give good advice on this.
Fuck, should I give bad advice? Okay, no. Shame them. Shame them publicly. Take a video of the room.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. That's my route.
Take a video of the room, post it on TikTok. Tag them.
Once that shit goes viral on TikTok and everyone ostracizes that man,
that will definitely get someone to do something.
Bingo. All right, let's see what else we got.
Cyberbully someone.
we need to just, you know, everyone could use a touch of cyberbullyism.
I am the biggest
advocate
for cyber/child bullying. It makes the best art.
Yeah. Oh, true, dude.
You know, we were all
that comes from true artists. Hell yeah, dude. All right, let's see what else we got here. This one is intriguing. So my girlfriend and I have been dating for almost 2 years, and in almost every way, she's the one for me. I want to get married to her. However, I realize this sounds so petty, but for some reason, this bothers me so much more than it should. She has the worst restaurant etiquette. She barely tips. She sends almost every dish back. Something is always wrong with whatever she orders. She expects the waitstaff to be paying attention to her needs instantaneously. She argues over the bill every time, demanding to speak with the manager to have something taken off or reduced because she wasn't satisfied. It doesn't matter if it's Applebee's or the Capitol Grill. Never pays the full amount. I'm 100% sure this all comes from how her parents acts at restaurants, but how the hell do I convince her that this type of behavior needs to change and is really bothersome? That's bad, dude. That's almost like deal
That's almost deal
breaker.
breaking.
Yeah,
honestly, dude. Like the way people treat
service
yeah. is so telling. I don't know, but obviously there's trauma wrapped in this, right? Because it's if they're
Her
perfect
parent,
otherwise to
Yeah.
this person, except that she is like this in restaurants. I hope it's just that.
Right.
I feel like it's probably not.
You would think some of that is at home too, right?
Yeah, like
it can't just be at restaurants.
Yeah, maybe he has like a I don't know if it's a man.
It's the same thing. The fucking love is bliss. I think that's part of it. But if you're disrespect, first of all, I would call her out on it at the restaurant.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm very forward.
No, this I would definitely do.
Yeah,
because this is
it's rude.
It's rude. It's like it's not like a personal secret thing that doesn't hurt anybody else besides yourself.
Yeah.
It's like you're hurting other people.
Right.
I would absolutely call it out. Like waiter leaves immediately. Like
I think it's also, I don't know what the financial situation, but rich entitled people act this way.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. It's like they really don't want to pay money.
Yeah.
And yeah, I used to, so my dad was like a CEO kind of guy. And I had to have this conversation with my dad too. So I really resonate with this. It's not like this level of like, you know, every single time there's something wrong, but like he he wouldn't say thank you or like kind of just like snappy orders people around. And he like worked as like a dishwasher and server before he started his company. So like he knows what working that kind of job is like. And I had to, you know.
Well, you fall out of touch with that, that stuff.
You do, but you shouldn't. You know, you have to remember your
for sure
roots. I don't know, like everybody. I mean, maybe they didn't start, maybe they grew up with that kind of privilege and so you expect everything to be like fast on top of it. Best service because you're paying the big bucks or whatever. You're making the big bucks. You're important, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
But yeah,
I know. I've also, I do notice. I spent a few months in India, and there's a big caste system there, and there are rich people living side to side with the poorest of the poor there,
right?
And they do not respect each other. There's such a lack of respect for between those classes, and that doesn't always carry over, like to assimilate into an American culture. I've experienced because I've worked at an Italian restaurant, and you will just run into certain types of people, and they act how they act back, like growing up.
Sure.
Because your parents teach you exactly how you're gonna behave.
Right.
And
if you didn't do therapy, or you're not self-aware at all, then you're gonna keep being like your parents, all the good and the bad stuff.
Exactly. And that's kind of the core, like, bad behavior of all of us. You know, it's what your shitty parents may have taught you.
Totally.
I know, this dude needs to fucking, like, nip that in the butt quick.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to marry this girl, I would definitely have a serious conversation and be like, look, dude, I love you so much.
Right.
I respect you so much. But this is a condition of our relationship. Like if you cannot treat other people with the same respect that you treat me or treat yourself, then I can't see this working in the long run. Because it can't just be restaurants. Like,
no, it's not just
can't
restaurants.
Just be restaurants.
Dude.
Like
it's
it
like
has to
everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not good enough. You know, like I wonder, are you okay?
I know. He seems like a prisoner, huh? Marriage scares me.
Blink twice if you need us to get you out.
Are you married?
No.
No. How do you feel about marriage? Intrigued?
Intrigued.
Yeah.
Intrigued. I've had that conversation with my partner before because I'm like, we're talking about, you know, business together or trying to a joke, but try to buy a house together or something, or invest in a property or whatever.
Sure.
And I'm like, well, I kind of like need to know that we're like in this for the long haul. I don't care if it's like marriage, but like some kind of commitment
just
thing.
Knowing the commitment.
Yeah, just knowing that it's not gonna like flip around one day or something. You know, maybe that's like my trauma and or like a fear of abandonment. But like, yeah, and it's not. He hasn't said this, but like I have sometimes like anger problems. So I feel like that's definitely something that's keeping our relationship from like blossoming into what it should be. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if you're cognizant of that, you're already moving in the right direction.
I've been trying to work on it forever. It's getting better though.
That's good.
Yeah, but like it's a lifelong problem.
do you smoke pot at all?
Yeah, I do.
Do you feel like that helps with that?
I can't tell.
Or it amplifies.
I can't tell. I can't tell. Sometimes it makes me, think about things too much, and then I get really, worked up. And I'm a passionate person. You know, like I'm a big feeler. I love to feel everything. Like,
I don't think I've ever been mad on
really.
While I've been drugged up on pot.
On pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been mad for sure.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
I'm a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure, man?
I'm pissed right now. Get out of here.
I'm always mad, honestly. But yeah, it's like the difference is like, again, like this. Can you contain you can feel the anger. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But can you not spit it out at somebody else? Like,
exactly.
Just do it some other way.
It's contagious. It ruins everyone's mood.
Totally. It's like sadness, anger, those things just like you're allowed to feel them. There's moments for them, but they bring people down, including yourself. So like
just bottle it up and cry yourself to sleep like the rest of us.
Exactly. Just don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Shove it deep down where no one will see.
Yeah. That works.
It works for a while.
For a while until you snap.
Yeah. Until everything falls apart.
Yeah. And that brings us back to, should we get a gun? No, don't do that.
I wouldn't trust myself. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm glad that, so you go to therapy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never done therapy.
It's great.
I probably should.
I feel like everybody at some point needs to. Even if you feel great, even if you've figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot of tools that have served me through the years. And also, it's helped me understand other people better. I think I've always had trouble doing that, connecting, understanding why people do things. And just hearing from like a psychological standpoint. Yeah. Like why people do things. That's why good. I do things, really. And then being able to try to psychoanalyze all my friends. Yeah. Right?
Sure. I mean, that's all. If you're an actual therapist, I'm sure you're doing that to your friends all the time. Oh gosh,
I hope not. I feel like it's
inevitable.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
I've always been interested in psychology. Like, I took AP Psych in high school. It's the only like good score I got because I actually gave a shit and the teacher was cool. Yeah. But
there's still time.
Yeah. It's
to go down that route.
Yeah. In another life, I probably would have done that as my side gig as a musician.
You could do a therapy tour where you give therapy all over the country.
Wow, I'm so qualified for that. You're right. I should play a show and then after everybody cries.
There is it sounds kind of like gimmicky and I don't know if it's really the vibe, but like music therapy, have you heard about that?
Yeah, I have heard about it.
It sounds kind of bizarre, but I can see it,
Music is therapy to me.
Yeah, right. Making it and listening to it.
Yeah. Exactly. All of it. Yeah. Playing an instrument and get it and it's like completely mind numbing.
What I think about is like me at the piano, I'm like, so how's it going?
Yeah, like how are you feel today?
Yeah. I'm like, sorry, I wasn't listening.
What do you think of this?
I get distracted, start writing, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, writing notes, but just literal notes. Not like psychological notes.
Or I'm like, I had this synthesizer and I'm just making the weirdest fucking sounds there.
Is this how you feel inside?
Yeah. Sorry, your time's up.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to my set. I mean, the session.
My merch guy's outside.
I saw shirts. My therapist's new album just came out.
I went to therapy and all I got was this shirt.
This shirt and my therapist mixtape.
Yeah, dude. All right, let's do one more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna round it out.
I hope that person's okay.
Oh, she probably killed him, honestly. She sounds terrible. All right. So my friend has planned a birthday trip for a total of 10 of us. I know about 4 people in the group. She's a good friend, but quite a bit wealthier than the rest of the group. She wanted us all to book first-class flights to the destination. I declined and booked my own seat at a more convenient time. She booked an Airbnb and a stocking with snacks and groceries. It's quite an expensive place, $800 a person for 3 nights. But it's what she wants, so I didn't object. And I knew the cost before I agreed to attend. Now, almost every day I receive a new group message about a different event, and they seem insanely expensive. Wine tasting, $140 each. Dinner reservation, $160 for apps and cocktails. Table with bottle service, $200 each. And now some kind of art class that is $90 each. It would be awful to the group if I dropped off the trip altogether, but I'm not sure how to deal with these expenses. I can afford them, but I'm frugal. I would never spend that much on a single night out alone, let alone several of these events in a single day. And I know there will be other food and drinks required during the trip. How do I politely opt out of some of these plans without being rude or confrontational? Yeah, you're going to fuck the other people. But honestly, I feel like the other people are probably wealthy if they're in it too, you know? You're probably going to
Maybe they're in a similar situation. They don't want to say anything.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's hard.
Yeah.
Take out a new credit card. I don't know. Fuck. I say if you can afford it,
enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
It's a vacay.
You know, it's like, how many times are you going to have this super over the top vacation for 3 days with your friend? You know,
you don't need to do all those things.
You also don't. You can make excuse that you have the work thing and you need to be on your computer
or
for
you're
a few
going to
hours.
get a massage.
Yeah, exactly. Just do a personal thing.
Yeah.
Go on a phone call and don't go to lunch or something, you know.
Right.
There's ways to like seem like you're importantly busy and not so that it's not rude. Like, oh, they have to do this. Of course they can't come.
I want to know where they went.
I want to know too. I mean, honestly, I've been in those situations where like things just keep getting added and added and added to.
Right. Yeah.
And at some point you do have to be honest with your friend. She's your friend.
Yeah.
Not like tell her ahead of time that this is your budget for the trip and that if it goes above that budget that you can't do it and that's fine. But that you're going to do all this and this.
Right.
You know.
What do you like to splurge on?
What do I like to splurge on?
Yeah, is there anything that you treat yourself to?
Weed.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, true.
I don't even smoke that good of stuff, but like that's my vice. I don't really drink.
Sure.
You know, I like to smoke weed at night or when I make music.
That's good. You don't have any expensive liqueur or massages or
I do. I used to see this guy who like he's technically a doctor, but he was like all about physical therapy and massage. And so he would like massage all my fascia. I have like a couple conditions that make my fascia just fucked up. And
what is it?
Fascia.
Oh, I don't know.
Fascia's like
an inflammation.
It's spelled FASCIA. It's really strange. But it's like basically this like collagen-esque net that holds like your skin to your muscle to your bone. Like it holds everything together basically.
Sure.
And it's like, it looks like spider webs within our muscle. Like it runs through our muscle. It runs above the muscle, like everything. So a lot of people like, they'll have pains, but they won't realize it's not like muscle deep. It's like actually more superficial than that. So you don't even need to apply much pressure. You don't need to be violent. Some people don't like massage because it hurts. It's probably because you don't need it that deep.
Gotcha.
So this guy was like a pro at that and would just like fix me right up and then teach me exercises to do like every day or while I'm on tour just to like help combat sitting in the van all day, for example, or like, you know, just shit like that.
Does that combat your ability to get like tattoos or anything? Are you interested in that?
I do have tattoos.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Cool.
I love tattoos.
Sick.
They're also really expensive.
Yeah, right.
Something that I like to splurge
That's a
on.
splurge.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
a splurge.
Yeah. Right.
But it's like a once a year splurge.
Fair enough. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. I mean, I'd loved more, but maybe, it's better to take it a little bit at a time so I don't run out of space.
I know.
I'm still young.
I know. I kind of just want to fill it all up and I don't have to think about it ever again.
Yeah. But then you're stuck with it, and you're always growing as a person. So it's nice to leave room. I used to get it like every January as like
little
a marking.
Oh, cool.
What was the last year or whatever.
Sick.
Or what will this next year be?
You just have 2020 crossed out, 2021 crossed out.
I saved my whole back for that, hopefully.
Sick.
But wait, what was the advice question again?
Well, this gal.
The money. Right.
I would just bail. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I would just enjoy it.
It does seem expensive.
It's very expensive.
But 3 days, I don't know. Enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, people spend more money when they go to Vegas.
Right.
For one weekend. Like the hotels are more expensive. Or just as expensive.
Sure.
The cost of drinks, food, clubbing, all that stuff. Unless you're a girl and you get in free every day.
She dug her own grave. She agreed to it. Like granted, I guess she didn't see each tiny expense that would come up, but
yeah, I mean, if I were in this position, I would be terrified of letting all those people down.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they're like super hella rich, or maybe they're in the same position. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But
she should cause a scene. She should fight her.
Yes, at the fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
And then just leave early and not pay for anything.
Yeah.
So you get some fun.
That's the advice I'm looking for.
Yeah. That's the bad advice. Look, you gotta have a big fight publicly. Leave the trip early. Never talk to your friend again.
Yeah.
Or any of those other people that you do or don't know.
There we go. I love that.
Dye your hair, move to New Zealand.
Yeah, shave your head.
Shave your head.
Go to therapy.
Learn how to speak up for yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some tough love.
Or go make some more money. Poor bitch.
Open a new credit line for this trip.
Yeah.
And then
change your name.
Yeah, but
or steal someone's identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or just start a new company for this. Put it onto the company card. Bankrupt your company for 3 days. No one will bat an eye.
Dude, that's what you should do for your next tour. Start a new band name.
Bankrupt it. Get all the money.
And then cancel the tour band, Oh my
God. What am I doing?
Dude, we figured it out.
Honestly, we're going to save the world.
We just cured the industry.
Listen, musicians.
All
we don't need two cents on the street. We need you to bankrupt a company.
Hell yeah, dude. So Marina, where can we follow you, or any new projects that came out recently that we can check out?
Ooh. I guess like Instagrams.
Yeah.
I'm trying to move off of Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. My label just moved off Bandcamp for Teal Pop. So I might just do that with Dream Crease stuff too. Just like
Sweet.
Sell it separately. I don't know. We'll see. But Dream Crease, 2 words. Teal Pop, 2 words. And all the places.
Hell yeah.
You find the place.
Sweet, dude. Hell yeah, Marina.
Oh, and I'm playing, I don't know if this is going to air anytime soon. Is this going to air?
Yeah.
April 10th, next Wednesday.
Oh, sick.
At El Cid. I'm opening up 2 rock acts with my ambient set, which should be interesting.
Sweet.
And
that's all like improv-y?
Yeah. It's actually, it's all new music. So it's all stuff that I haven't released yet and have been writing in the last year, which I'm really stoked about.
Awesome, dude.
Thanks.
Let's fucking go.
Dude, Freddy.
Yeah, I'm glad you came through, dude.
And still, if there's some t-shirts that Freddy made for Teal Pop left.
Oh, yeah.
Melancholy Bliss, Spiral Staircase, Nautical, I don't know, World.
Yeah.
They're really soft.
I'm going to go buy one right now.
Sponsored by Comfort Colors.
Yeah, sponsored. And therapy.
And therapy. Sponsored by BetterHelp and Comfort Colors.
Yeah. I wish I had a sponsor.
Get your essentials.
if you just type in Freddie Tyler Paul, you'll get 10% off your first month.
Yeah, if you type in Freddie Tyler Paul, nothing will happen, but maybe it will alert them.
It'll actually double your price. Sorry, guys. Don't do that.
But 2 cents goes towards artists.
2 cents are coming.
Yeah.
So then the next single where I get 200 streams, we're going to be rolling in it. You just wait, guys. All right. Marina, thanks for coming on, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Peace.